Thanks for accepting our invitation again for this show. When you were in Iran, how many different places actually you visited? And can you share
we
your
stayed
experience?
overnight in Tehran and traveled a little bit some of the sites there, and then we flew down to Shiraz and got in a van there and drove then from Shiraz to Yaz to Isfahan, back to Tehran, and then up to Zanjan, where I had spent time in the Peace Corps, then to Qazvin and back to Tehran.
Right. And what was your experience overall? I know that you've taken many pictures.
Iran is a country that begs for tourism.
Right.
They have so many things for tourists to see and do there, and people not aware of what the country has to offer. But the countryside is beautiful. There are, of course, remnants from many, many civilizations going back thousands of years. And so many things are in very good shape. You know, you go to a lot of countries and they say this is where this was and this is where that was. But you can go to Iran and things are still in good condition, especially the things from the Safavid period.
Right.
Are extraordinarily lovely.
Right. And do you have any friends over there?
Well, I've kept a little bit of contact with a family in Zanjan, and I went to see them, and it was fun because there were two young boys, two young brothers. One was 8 years old, and the other about 12 when I had left. And I arranged to see them, and when I went back there, and when I saw them, we immediately recognized each other and fell into each other's arms. And of course, being Iranians, they kissed me a lot.
Right.
And
that's the culture.
and then they took me to their home. Their mother was still alive after all these years, which was fun. And the sisters were there, and we just sat around and talked about the old days and went to how Zanjan had changed. And it was a marvelous time.
Sure. And what would be your advice for Americans who want to travel to Iran and visit different cities, including Isfahan and Shiraz?
There are so many things to see. I would encourage many Americans to go. In fact, our Secretary of Defense, Gates, has suggested it would be a good thing for Americans to visit Iran. I think it's important for people to meet other people and to find out what a country is really like. And it's fun. I just think Iran is a tremendous place for tourism.
Well, thank you very much. And you have taken many pictures,
yes,
right, from Iran. And did you have any problem taking those pictures?
There were restrictions again taking pictures of government buildings, right. And there were we drove past the nuclear facility. Of course, we didn't try to take any pictures there. Right. But aside from that, no, we were very free to take pictures of people. We had to use common sense when taking pictures of people, and common courtesy. But we took pictures of what we wanted to. We talked to anyone we wanted to. We were very free to travel around the country and to speak to who we wanted to. And Iranians felt very free to talk to us. And we heard a lot about Iranians things.
Right. If you want to list 3 things as a memory coming back from Iran, what would be those 3?
Well, Persepolis is a fabulous place to visit. I just love the bas-reliefs there and the sense of history in that location. Isfahan, since I visited there, it's become a much greener city. They've really done a lot of planting of parks and things. So you have these beautiful Safavid palaces and mosques and gardens and things, and then the modern parks. It's a very, very lovely city to travel and very clean. I loved it a lot. And then for me, going back and seeing Zanjan, where I had been before. But there are things all over the country to see. I didn't get to go back to the Caspian this time, and I would love to have done that.
Right. So do you think that if somebody who doesn't know anybody in Iran wants to go there, is that a good thing to do, or they should go with the tour?
Well, you have to go with the tour. It's required.
Oh, it is required?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I was able to set up my own tour. So I had my own friends go, and we had a tour guide, and we told the tour guide where we wanted to go. Most people, when they go to Iran, they go on an organized tour with right. somebody who speaks the language and arranges for the meals and has an itinerary to take them to see these sites.
Right. Let's go back to the politics again. Do you think that Iranian people support a Republican president or Democrat? Based on your...
People were very, very excited about Barack Obama. They loved the fact that he said publicly that he wanted to come to Iran and meet with Ahmadinejad.
Right. Do you think that?
And they're not happy about this. It's funny to think about them being bombed,
Right.
as McCain seemed to think.
Oh, right, right. Do you think that is going to happen?
I think if we can get past the next few months, I think we'll be in good shape. Well, I think Obama is going to get elected president, and I think that he's going to talk to the Iranians, and there's an awful lot of difficult negotiation that has to happen. There are a lot of differences between the countries, but they have so much in common, and there's so many similarities. The country is so rich in natural resources and has such an educated population that it has a potential to be a very valuable trading partner with the United States.
Right. And do you think Obama would be able to actually create a bridge between the United States and Iran?
Yeah, I do. I'm very convinced of that.
Okay. When would be your next visit to Iran?
I don't know. I'd love to go back shortly. Oh yeah, I
Someday
think
visit Iran.
I think more Americans ought to go. I think it's a great place to visit.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Kafouri. So you are telling our American friends that Iranians are not really bad, they're not as horrible as George Bush tries to portray them, right?
Yes, and a lot of people are very surprised, but they're very pleased to find that out.
Okay. Thank you very much. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate that. Thank you.